Because we've lost the understanding that we are all one consciousness, we have Arab suicide bombers killing Jewish people, a Jewish army killing Arab people, and they're killing their freaking self, if you understand the level of oneness. It's the disconnection, the identification with division that allows these things to happen. The matrix to work has to give the illusion of division. And I mean, if we knew we were all one, would we do the things to each other we do? Of course we wouldn't. And so we have to be manipulated to believe that. So, we are actually consciousness, and we're not the physical body at all. We are energy, consciousness, infinite consciousness. We are not what we are told we are, which is a physical form. Identify with your body. It's too thin, it's too fat. You're the wrong sex, you're the wrong gula. Bloody nonsense. We get sold and we believe. There's not black oneness and Jewish oneness and white Aryan soddy oneness. There is oneness, that's all there is. We are each other. So, this is the reason they want to keep us, as I started off the day, in this disconnected state in the eggshell, because then once we stop connecting with that and becoming vehicles of oneness to experience this world, we disconnect in our minds from that knowledge, wisdom, perception, intuitive knowing, and therefore at that point we have one point at which to get access on what's going on in the world and who we are, and that's this. So if you can manipulate reality to disconnect people because they don't think they're oneness, they think they're Fred Bloggs, you disconnect them from that level of their infinite knowing, and you also control what's coming in here, so you program the droplet with your reality. And that's why right the way through the ages, people who have talked about this have been ridiculed, called dangerous, burnt at the sodding stake. It's the most dangerous information to the whole existence of this manipulation. What is reality? Answer, whatever we think it is. What I did, by the way, that's a brain, George, okay? You know the one you didn't have? You know, that's a brain. What I did when I came back from Brazil, and there was a ton of stuff that I was told about this, I thought, okay, I'm going to check this bloody thing out. So I started looking at the experiments in quantum physics and all this stuff to see if this whole kind of illusion idea that I was told actually stood up in this reality. And I realized some amazing things. Do you know when we say, I saw it with my own eyes? No, you did not. We don't see with our eyes. I didn't know that. We see with the visual cortex in the brain. And experiments have shown with people that we edit up to and sometimes more than 50% of the detail that comes out in through the eyes as it passes through the different levels of the brain, like the temporal lobes and stuff. We put in and take out detail on the basis of what we believe we should be seeing. And funnily enough, right at the start of this reptilian thing, when I met Credo Muchwa, I said, what if these people exist? Why don't we see them, more of them? And he said, because the brain, this is a kind of primitive shaman in Africa. Genius, the man is. He said, because the brain edits out what people don't expect to see or don't want to see. They edit out and they don't actually register it. And this is what these experiments are finding. So, again, even on this level, if you can program the belief of someone, what they believe to be real, they'll bloody edit and create what you condition them to believe. And that's why when we start to open up and disconnect from the programming, go into a process of unlearning what we've been told, we then start to see things we haven't seen before, because we're no longer being dictated to by the programming on the basis of what we should see. This is the real bottom line of the manipulation. I mean, I saw this proverb, where there is love, there is pain. Bollocks. No pain, no gain. Illusion! We only feel pain in the brain when we bash our foot. We don't feel it in the toe, we feel it in the brain. That's where it registers. Everything comes up to here. We don't have to have pain. We just think we do. So we do. And now this is just a few shots of the world we live in. I mean, it looks pretty solid, doesn't it? I mean, you know, you got to go to that wall and bang my head on it. It'll hurt, because that's my reality still. Even though I know it's a nonsense, you can still get it's a real challenge to disconnect from it on that level, but people do. But actually, the world cannot be solid. It can't be. It seems to be. It can't be. Impossible. What do scientists say the physical world is made of? It's made of atoms, mate. Everyone knows that. Oh, have you seen the inside of an atom? It's friggin' empty. As one physicist said, I saw in a book, if you symbolize an atom to be the size of a cathedral, things like the particles within it will be about the size of a 10-cent piece. The rest of it is what, to our reality, though nothing is, empty space. How the bloody hell can a solid physical world be solid if it's made up of atoms that are as least solid as you could possibly imagine? Only because of the illusion we're creating in the holographic world we are manipulated to believe in. There's this book, and there's a number like it now, fascinating stuff. I started really reading this after I came back from Brazil, and many books like it. Amazing what's out there that people don't mostly see. The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. And he's detailing how, as I was told in Brazil, in great detail also, how this world is simply an illusional, holographic world of illusion. And he tells a story in there which he experienced himself, and this is very, very indicative of just what an illusion we live in. He said that there was a party his father called at his house, and he brought this hypnotist, because, you know, a stage hypnotist even can manipulate the mind to believe it's seeing a bloody giraffe when there's no bloody giraffe there, but it sees it, he believes it. What do you mean there's no giraffe? I can see it. No, it's been programmed into you, and therefore you see it. This is what the Illuminati are doing all the time, program us to see what they want us to see. So what happened was that as this guy was coming out in this party, but with this hypnotist, out of an hypnotic state, the hypnotist said to him, when you come out of this hypnotic state, you are not going to be able to see your daughter. Okay, so he comes out, oh, hello. And what the hypnotist had done before he brought him out, he was sitting there looking this way, he'd put his daughter there. This guy's looking around, and people were saying, can you see your daughter? He couldn't see his daughter. More than that, what the hypnotist did was went behind his daughter and pushed something against her lower back and said to the guy on the other side of her, can you tell me what's in my hand? And the guy said, it's a watch. And he said, can you read the inscription of it, on it? And he could. His daughter's standing here. But his mind had been conditioned, hypnotized, and mass hypnotism is what we're talking about here in terms of this matrix and this insane world. They had been hypnotized to believe he wouldn't see his daughter. Therefore, he didn't register. This is happening all the time.